Thank you so much for joining us today here at Everyday Yoga. This is a Zoom recording of a live class, Relax and Restore. But we're going to start in a standing position. Usually we start down low on the floor. But today we're just going to take a moment to find our foundation here, the soles of the feet. And maybe if it's comfortable for you to be barefoot, take your shoes off, take your socks off, and just feel the floor or the ground if you're outside underneath your feet. And if that's not comfortable for you to take off your shoes and socks, then just imagine you're barefoot on the surface you're standing on. And just sort of rock back and forth a little bit and just let the body be kind of loose for now. And maybe rock a little bit from side to side and maybe get a little bit of a sway going. Maybe just kind of getting your neck and your shoulders involved and maybe your hips. And just side to side. Maybe closing your eyes if you want to go a little farther inward or challenge your balance. And maybe make little circles with the body, whatever kind of feels interesting here. And just press into the bottoms of the feet. Notice how you can really put all your weight to one side or the other. And then find a place where all of your weight is evenly distributed through the soles of your feet. Pressing as evenly into the toes as the heel, the sides of the feet, the balls of the feet underneath the toes. And just take a nice deep breath here. And we'll lift the arms up overhead as we inhale. And as we exhale, we'll just let the arms float down towards the sides. And we'll inhale again, maybe taking a gentle bend in the knees as we lift the arms up. And exhale again, maybe finding your hands down here at the bottom with your gaze, getting a deep stretch in the neck, and then inhaling those arms up and overhead, and maybe finding the palms together with your gaze overhead. Just do that a couple more times, maybe bending deeply into the knees, maybe rounding the back just a little bit as you come down as you exhale. And then we'll lift the arms up and over the head and bring the palms together. And then we'll just exhale and take those hands all the way down to the earth, bending deeply into the knees. You might want to stay up on your knees with the elbows on the knees if you don't want to get all the way down to the floor. Kind of like this football coach stance where you sort of walk the feet out a little bit, maybe to make some space for the body. And just find a nice stable support in the knees here as you let the weight of the head drop. And get some nice traction in the back of the neck. You might want to stay here and breathe, or you might want to reach the hands down towards the shins or the ankles or the feet and just sway a little from side to side, maybe taking the feet narrower or wider, whatever feels good here in your body. And if you're wearing a hoodie or something like that right here, this is a great time to just really close your eyes and go inward. Surrender the weight of the head, letting the crown of the head shine down towards the earth as you gently rock back side to side, maybe noticing a little stretch in the hamstrings. And then let's go ahead and bring the feet a little closer together, maybe as close as up in underneath the hips, so hip width apart. Take like 2 fists together like that. Should be about separating your feet, your fists, not mine. And then we'll just kind of hold on to the elbows here, cradling the elbows in the opposite palms. Take a nice big inhale here as you rest the belly on the thighs. And if this doesn't feel good, you can take the feet wider again or narrower. Find a position with the legs that feel good for your low back. And just allow that expansion of the back body as you inhale. And as you exhale, just sigh out the mouth, letting it go. Do that 2 more times, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. And as you exhale each time, you might notice the spine getting longer and longer. You might notice yourself surrendering the weight of the head a little more. And then however you have your elbows clasped, go ahead and switch the clasp so the opposite arm is in front. Coming into this slightly odd position here with the arms, with the non-dominant arm on top. And again, breathe into that back body and maybe sink a little deeper into the knees. Maybe straighten a little more in the legs. And just see what feels good to you here. One more big inhale. And as we exhale, we'll release the hands down to the earth. And as you continue to breathe, let's just roll up one vertebra at a time, bending deeply through the legs. Just unfurling the body, inhaling the arms up towards the sky and clasping the palms together and drawing the hands down to the heart. Might feel a little lightheaded here. That's totally normal. We just practiced an inversion where all the blood went back down to our brains and our hearts after being on our feet all day. Nourishing the brain, aiding the circulation. Go ahead and release the hands down and just give yourself a little bit of a shake here. And then we'll inhale the arms up and overhead and exhale hands to heart once again and reestablish that connection of your feet to the floor beneath you. And notice your energy and how you feel. And I'm just going to step over to the door really quick because I can see that my cat princess is gonna want to leave because her dad is home. So we'll just do that real quick. This time, let's go ahead and inhale the arms up and overhead. Bring the palms together. And again, forward fold, Uttanasana, reaching down towards the earth. We'll find that forward fold again. And I'm just turning to the side here so you can see me. And this time, we'll bring that left hand to either the outside of the left calf or the ankle or the top of the foot, or maybe right out in front of the left foot. I like the outside of the ankle because that works best for the length of my arms and legs, but yours are probably different. And so we'll stay here with that left hand anchored to the outside of the left leg here, or mat, wherever. And as we release forward, we'll take that, oh, excuse me, that's my right hand, left ankle, my bad. Then we'll take that left hand from that same spot with the palm on the back of the right hand. And we'll just breathe here into the right side body, into that back on the right side of the spine, inhaling. And exhaling. Again, letting the weight of the head go to traction the back body. The next time you take an inhale here, we'll begin to bend through the right leg and draw that left arm up alongside the outside of the left leg, coming up the calf, and then the thigh, and then to the hip. And just taking the hand to the hip here and bringing that left leg as straight as feels good to you and bending as deeply into that right knee as feels good to you. Maybe even using the traction of pressing your right arm into that bent right leg and twisting to look up at the sky any amount more. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you might extend that left arm up towards the sky, reaching the fingertips up and maybe even twisting a little bit more. Keeping long through the neck, keeping that neck nice and that chin nice and tucked to keep the neck long and protected. You could take your gaze up towards the sky or down towards the earth, whatever feels good here in your neck and your shoulder. One more inhale here. We'll wave our fingers up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we'll go ahead and bring that left arm down to the earth. And as you continue to breathe, we'll make that nice, long, slow roll back up to Tadasana. We'll inhale our arms here, stretching up and overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart. And then we'll do the other side. Inhaling the arms up towards the sky. Maybe swan dive now, down to your forward fold, bending as deeply in those knees as feels good to you. And this time actually taking that left hand to the right leg. Anywhere that works for you, maybe the top of the calf, maybe out in front, anywhere in between. And we'll cover the back of that left hand with the right palm here. And just bring our attention back to that back body first. Breathing space. And then maybe finding a little bit of a twist here. Pressing gently into the right leg. Maybe keeping straight here and really breathing into that left wing, so to speak, the shoulder blade, the ribs, the shoulder, maybe the armpit, maybe even the tricep here. And then we'll begin that journey, bending the left knee, straightening the right leg any amount as we draw that right hand up towards the hip and twist the heart open towards the sky. Keep that chin tucked, nice and long through the neck. Kind of looks like I don't have a neck right now because of how my shirt is, but I do. And maybe look up towards the sky here, maybe down towards the earth. Maybe deepen by stretching that left arm up towards the sky, finding length here in the right side body. One more inhale, wiggle the fingers, exhale to release all the way down to the earth. And begin breathing as you roll up one vertebrae at a time, one last time. Well, not last time. And we'll reach the arms up and overhead, stretching long through both sides of the body and exhaling, hands to heart. Take a nice big inhale with a nice big exhale out the mouth or nose, making an audible sound. That relief sound is a signal to your nervous system that you're safe and it's okay. It's a good time to heal. It's a good time to digest and rest and restore. And this time, let's go ahead and inhale the arms up and overhead, pressing evenly into the feet. Interlace the fingers and maybe point the index finger, so I have a little pointer right here, up towards the sky. We'll inhale nice and long here, and as we exhale, we'll just draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale here, and just tilt very gently, only in the upper back, over towards the right. I'll just stay here, breathing for one full breath. And then keeping that nice wide spread in the shoulders, we'll inhale back to center and exhale left. Again, just really bending from the upper shoulders, the thoracic part of the spine. Full breath there, and we'll inhale back up towards the sky and exhale, releasing the hands down. Inhale once again, interlacing the fingers up overhead. This time, take the opposite thumb on top. It's going to feel really weird, but adjust all the fingers over one and take your pointers here. And as we inhale and tilt towards the right, we'll tilt all the way down from the hips. Right into this nice crescent C shape. You might want to rotate the torso down towards the earth. You might want to gently and slowly open the heart up towards the sky. Getting nice and long through both sides of the body and pressing into that left hip. Next time you inhale, we'll come back up to center and exhale to the right. Taking that nice side body stretch here. Just really opening up through that right shoulder, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, finding length in the neck. Inhale into the right side body. Stay for the exhale. And we'll inhale back up towards the sky. Exhale and release the arms down, and we'll just roll the shoulders forward a few times. And then we'll roll the shoulders up and back and down a few times. And we'll inhale, the arms open out to the sides. And as we exhale, let's bend the knees, draw the belly button towards the spine, and bring the palms together. Kind of a standing cat-cow as you inhale, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding through the back body, drawing the belly button in and the chin to the chest. One more time, we'll open up, take a gentle back bend here. Exhale, rounding forward, coming all the way down to your forward fold. And then we're going to make our way down to the earth any way you like, or you can walk those toes and heels out for a nice wide stance like we did earlier. Bend the knees nice and deep and come down into a squat here, Malasana. And you might be up on the balls of your feet. You might be up on the fingertips. If you have the space in your hips, some people can bring their feet to parallel here. I need to have my toes pointed out. And if I'm going to get my soles all the way down to the earth, I really need to take a nice wide stance here. So wherever you are today, you might stay up in that kind of football coach position. But you can press those knees to the outsides of the triceps here. Pressing the elbows into the legs and press evenly through the feet and really open up here in the hips. And again, you can be up on toes and fingertips, up in that kind of a football coach looking stance. And then we'll go ahead and release down to the earth. You can take the fingers behind you and just gently bring the bum to the mat. I like the bum. I'm not British or anything, but I like that word for booty. And we'll just sit nice and tall here, really opening up through the heart, lifting the chin gently and then tucking it in, getting nice and long through all the way around the neck, the throat, back of the neck, both sides evenly lengthened. Draw the shoulders down the back. Maybe heel toe the feet out a little bit wider, and then wrap the arms around the knees and just fold forward, rounding forward here. Hooking the knees inside the elbows. Releasing the weight of the head. Releasing all that space in between each and every vertebra. Breathing into those shoulder blades. And then we'll go ahead and roll all the way up. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together here, coming into Baddha Konasana. And here, if you have cushions or blocks, you might want to rest them right underneath the knees for a little bit of support, bringing the earth a little closer to you, especially if that doesn't feel comfortable in the inner thighs, or you could even bring the feet out a little farther from the hips, or you can kind of bring the hips a little closer to the feet if you want to get a little deeper, and holding on to those toes or the ankles, you can draw yourself up to your full height. Inhaling here, really intentionally bringing the ears away from the shoulders and drawing the shoulders down towards the earth, pressing into the sit bones, finding strength here, finding a nice tall spine. And then we'll go ahead and make some little circles here, kind of a cat-cow circle, spinning things up. So we'll inhale forward, drawing the heart forward. Exhale, rounding through the right side body and all the way back to our cat back. And inhaling up through the left side and back to the front, all the way around. Few times in each direction, whatever feels good to you, stopping wherever it feels good to along the way, moving with the breath. Switching directions if you haven't already. Maybe getting the neck and the shoulders involved a little bit. Maybe taking your exhale as a sigh if that feels good. Just letting the relief flood your body, and then we'll inhale back up to a nice tall spine. And we'll exhale as we extend the legs out in front of us. Pressing into the soles of the feet here. Maybe taking a bend here in the knees, or putting a rolled up towel or blanket underneath the knees if that feels better in the low back. And we'll find some length here in the spine, drawing the crown of the head towards the sky, maybe even walking those fingertips out to the sides here and finding some support here as you press the heels away from you and draw the toes towards you, really finding nice, what Yoga with Adriene calls bright toes. So like bright, shiny toes. We'll inhale, finding length here. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders down the back. And then we'll begin to inhale the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, just until you find a sensation that feels nice and good in the low back or the hamstrings or the back of the knees. Wherever you feel it first, notice. And then release the arms down to the mat or your shins or your ankles or your feet, whatever feels good to you. Inhaling into that back body once again from this position on the floor, and exhale to just let the weight of the head go, rounding forward in the back. Opening up all that wonderful space, smoothing out the fascia in between the skin and the muscle. And one more inhale here. Exhale. And then inhale as you walk yourself back up to a nice tall spine, and just ignore the cat behind the curtain. And we'll bring that right knee up towards the sky, sole of the right foot to the earth, and just kind of interlace the fingers around the front of the shin or the knee. And you could stay here with this leg, or you might want to cross the right leg over the left leg, staying here, or going even deeper and bringing that left leg to bend so that the feet are alongside the hips here, kind of a crisscross. So come to the front so you can kind of see here. You're going to hold on to these shins or the ankles or the feet here and kind of wiggle around just a little bit to see how close you can bring both sit bones down to the earth. You might find that your right sit bone is a little higher than the left, or vice versa. But just kind of intentionally draw both sit bones down to the earth as evenly as is possible here. Mine is not even. And we'll inhale, lengthen the spine, drop the shoulders down, let the elbows be heavy. And let's go ahead and inhale those arms up high to the sky. And as we exhale, we'll draw that right arm across the heart, pulling it inward, getting a nice stretch across the shoulder here. Inhale the arms high to the sky. Exhale, pulling the left arm inward. And this time we'll rest that left arm around the knee or on top of the thigh here, either around like this or here, wherever you can sit up nice and tall. And then maybe begin to twist, anchoring that right arm down to the earth, right there by the right hip, maybe looking back over that right shoulder. Really inhaling length. Exhaling, softening, deepening. One more full breath here. And then we'll inhale, coming back to center, bringing the arms high to the sky. And we'll exhale for a counter twist, bringing fingertips or palms down to the mat along the left side body. And again, finding that nice rounded spine here, letting the head be heavy, drawing the chin in towards the chest. And staying here for a couple of breaths and just really luxuriating into this stretch along the right side of the spine. You might feel this all the way down to the sit bone, all the way up to the back of the skull. One more inhale here. And then we'll come up to a nice tall spine and we'll switch sides. So first we'll take those legs out nice and long and kind of windshield wiper the feet a little bit from side to side. And then we'll bend through that left knee. And that sole of the foot, the left foot might come to the shin, might come to the inside of the knee, might come to the inside of the thigh, wherever you have space here to keep this nice long spine. So again, you can have it right alongside the leg, or you can cross over, or you can bring that right leg up underneath you and just kind of Adjust yourselves, wiggle into this cow face pose. I forget what cow face pose is called. I've got a little cheat sheet poster over here on the wall. It's not Garandasana, that's eagle pose. I can't find the picture. So much for cheat sheets. And we'll press those sit bones as evenly into the earth as possible and draw the shoulders away from the ears, tuck the chin, let the elbows be heavy here. And we'll inhale the arms high to the sky and exhale, drawing that left arm across the body. Breathing into the shoulder. Inhale again, high to the sky. Exhale, right arm across the body. And then we'll release that right arm to wrap around the left knee or rest on top of that left thigh. And gently begin your journey to twist over towards the left, maybe bringing the fingertips to the earth behind the left hip or gazing over the shoulder. Keeping that neck nice and long. Inhaling length into the spine and really finding those places that are nice and juicy and really need an extra little and giving it to them. Inhale one last time, stay for that nice soft exhale, and then inhale the arms high to the sky. Exhale, twisting over towards the right, finding your counter twist, bringing fingertips or palms down to the earth, allowing that head to be nice and heavy. Opening up here through the left side of the spine, into the neck, down to the hip. Notice how everything is connected here. If you have a pain in your low back, it might actually originate in the neck or vice versa. We'll inhale back up to a high seat. And we'll exhale, sending those legs out long once again and finding another forward fold here. Hashimoto Asana, inhaling the arms up alongside the ears, flexing through the feet, and exhale, bringing the belly closer to the thighs. Inhale again and release the arms down to wherever makes sense to you. Finding that nice round back and the heavy head again, or maybe extending by holding on through the feet and drawing the heart forward, keeping that chin nice and tucked. Inhaling up along the sides of the body and into the back body. Maybe using a block here at the soles of the feet to increase the depth of the stretch. Finding symmetry here, realigning the hips and the neck and the spine, and then release whatever you've built there and begin to gently roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. And then we'll go ahead and open up now through the front of the body. Find your way down to the earth in any way that makes sense for you. If you want to find just a little strengthening in the core, you can inhale that nice tall spine. And as you exhale, release the hands and roll one vertebra at a time, using the engagement of your abs to slow your roll. And really strengthen that core to support the back body. And then inhale your nice, big, good morning stretch. Stretching long through one side of the body and then stretching long through the other side of the body. And then we'll begin to open up the hips a little bit by coming into bridge pose here. Bringing the feet as close to the sit bones as you can. Maybe you can even touch the backs of the heels here. Really snuggling those shoulder blades in towards one another and opening up through the collarbones as you press into the shoulder blades and the triceps and the palms, and Really find some engagement here again with the soles of the feet. Noticing that nice, even weight pressing throughout. And then we'll begin to inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll round through the low part of the spine and roll the hips up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we'll lower back down one vertebra at a time. And we'll continue these rolling bridges, moving nice and slow with the breath. Beginning with the tailbone, the very tip of the tailbone, and incrementally rolling up and down like a wave. Think wave of the ocean here, just rocking back and forth. Oh, maybe lifting the hips a little higher with each wave. And the next time we exhale and bring those hips up towards the sky, we'll stay here and really press into the feet. Really lift those hips up from to the sky, and think about the front of this hip flexor here. Really like if you had a string attached and it was just pulling you up towards the sky and opening the back body. And you might want to clasp your hands underneath you and kind of walk those shoulders in so you can press down with the hands as you lift up even higher with the hips, and maybe even begin to find a gentle sway from side to side and really find that juiciness in this opening of the hips here. Go ahead and switch your clasp, bringing the opposite thumb on top again. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths, lifting the chin up towards the sky, lifting the heart up towards the chin, letting those strings lift you from up above as you press down onto the earth with the soles of your feet and your shoulders and your hands, the back of your skull. And when you're ready to release the arms. Let them float gently down towards the side as you lower one vertebra at a time back down to the earth. And then we'll walk those feet out as wide as the mat. Open the arms out to a T and find that gentle sway from side to side with the knees. Maybe taking your gaze to the opposite direction so that as your knees go to the left, your gaze goes to the right. Inhale as you bring your knees and gaze back up to the sky, and exhale as you twist. Moving as slow or as fast as you like, noticing the sensation of that wonderful massage in the low back there. Maybe stretch your arms up overhead. And the next time you come over to the left, just stay there, reaching the arms away if you have them extended and finding length in the right side body. Finding length in the hip, and then inhale, really stretching. And as you exhale, just let it go. No effort. Maybe find that sigh again, that signal to the nervous system that all is well, that everything is always working out for you. And then the next time we inhale, we'll bring the knees back up towards the sky. Stretch those arms out nice and long, and then bring the knees to the right. Inhale here, getting that nice, super long stretch, and then exhale to just let it go. Let go of all effort. Notice the breath. Let yourself feel that sense of relief, that sense of okayness and good enoughness. Inhaling and exhaling. And then the next time we inhale, we'll bring the knees back high to the sky. And we'll stretch everything out nice and long. Inhaling, reaching toes away from fingers. Opening up like a starfish here, taking the hands and feet to the corners of your mat. Again, stretching out nice and long, maybe even lifting arms and legs up through the earth, feeling the stretch all the way from the toes, up the legs, through the center of the body, the arms, finally across the heart, and then exhale to release everything down. And either stay here with everything extended for your final Shavasana, or find a more traditional Shavasana with the arms at the sides, palms shining up towards the sky, or any variation of a resting pose that serves you. Maybe even covering up with that hoodie, or putting on some socks if you're chilly. Maybe taking off some socks if you're warm. But allowing yourself here to rest, giving yourself permission to let go and be the human being that you are. I've heard it said, we're human beings, not human doings. The more we be, the more we are in touch with who we are, the more we are our authentic selves, the stronger, the healthier, the happier we are, the more equanimity we can find, that balanced sense of bringing joy to every effort and giving up any attachment to any result, just finding pleasure in the being and the doing, and letting that be enough. Two more nice quiet breaths here. If time allows and you'd like to extend your Shavasana, go ahead and stop the video here. Or you can join me by stretching out long and then drawing the knees in towards the heart, and either rolling to one side or the other, or rocking up and down the spine, giving yourself one final chance of a little bit of a back massage here. And we'll roll up into a nice tall staff pose, Dandasana. And we'll walk those fingers out to the sides, and we'll lift that heart and tuck that chin and take those elbows down to the earth. Well, not all the way down to the earth, just like towards the earth. So the shoulders are away from the ears. Don't want any crunching backs here today. One more big breath in, one more big sigh out. Inhale the arms up towards the sky, exhaling hand to heart center, bowing down in respect to yourself and gratitude for the beautiful person that you are inside and out, and sharing this connection that we all have when we practice together, either virtually or in person. I recognize the light and the love within each of you. Namaste.